Okay, today's video is 6 lies that people love to tell filmmakers. I think this is going to be a real fun one. Here we go. Number 1, okay, yeah, shoot a movie. The best thing you can do is go to Sundance. That's what I hear all the time. I've even heard filmmakers say, yeah, we think we can get into Sundance with this. Look, if you are not attached to a big sales company or distribution company and you don't have a star in there, it is going to be extremely tough. You know, I don't know how many movies are made a year. I think at one point I heard 18,000, and the thousands that are submitted for Sundance, in the times that I've seen people get in, it's times because they had connections there from a long time ago. They knew somebody that was going to watch it, and you know, the ones that are just kind of picked out of the kind of gigantic bin that's being sent to them are the lottery tickets. So if that is your plan, as the simple go to Sundance, and I'll even say this, going there to look for sales and distribution is not even a good thing, because even the percentage of films that get that from Sundance is very small. So that's not even a viable concept to begin with. Another one is focus on one thing. I've heard this before, and I heard it back in the early 2000s when I was telling my agent at the time I want to be an actor, writer, and a producer. And now I'm an actor, writer, producer, and director. But at the time she said, well, you can't be all those things. You got to focus on one. I would say that right now that exact same agent would be like, well, you can't just be an actor, you got to do all these other things. And I'm telling you the same thing. You can't just focus on one. If somebody says, well, what are you going to be? Are you an actor? Are you a producer, writer? It's great to be able to create your own content and do all those things. That's really one of the few ways to get it and not be in that long line of potential lottery tickets that's going to be picked out of the room and somehow be starring in a TV series or a movie. I've heard this lie before. High-powered people are not accessible. That is completely a lie. I have gotten reach, even when I was a nobody in this film business, I have had meetings with the high-powered people that I was able to get, so they are accessible just like anybody else. If you just go through the right channels or you just reach out, sooner or later you're going to be able to access these people and get in front of them and pitch whoever you are and whatever you want to do. Another lie I hear a lot is distribution companies are all thieves. This is one I hear a lot, being in that world that I have, you know, interact with a ton of sales agents, distributors on a regular basis at all the film markets. This came from the fact that maybe in the 80s and 90s there were a lot of unscrupulous people that were just taking all the money and pocketing it. Look, there are, I'm sure, still ones out there, but I have found no greater amount of people doing the wrong thing in the film business than any other business, right? So I know tons of sales agents, distributors that do very well for their clients and their films, and if they didn't, I guess people wouldn't be making movies anymore. If all the time there was no money to be made on movies, it would just be this bottomless hole of things falling through. So there's got to be people that are doing the right thing. I know that our company does the right thing, but bottom line is there are some unscrupulous individuals out there, but they are in the very small minority. The film industry is filled with bad people. God, I hear this one all the time, because people love to do that. They like to point to People magazine, that's, you know, National Enquirer, that's showing all the headlines of the things going on in the movie business. Honest to God, prior to this movie business, for, you know, worked in 20 plus years, I worked in other businesses, other, you know, printing and office supplies and IT and things like that. In a hotel, by the way, as a hotel manager, every one of those businesses had people, I would say, that were worse than the film business. You know, or at least the same. Think about real estate, Wall Street, all these different businesses. There's always going to be an unscrupulous element, again, in the minority, just like the film business. So the film business has a ton of creatives, and it does have a lot of egos and stuff like that, but that is 100% not true that there's just bad people in the film business. Not at all. In fact, the greatest people that I know and my closest friends are all in the movie business as well. And the final thing is filmmaking is easy, or filmmaking is not work. I heard this a lot, you know, like, meaning people talk about it like, I've always joked that somebody will say, hey, can you put my son in your movie? You know, and I always equate that to, if that person was a doctor, be like, can my son do an open heart surgery the next time they're doing a thing? It's the same thing. It's not easy, and it takes a lot of hard work, and it takes a lot of training. And my question to you is, how much are you willing to put in, right? So, because ultimately you have to become a master at this to be able to be successful in it. So you jump in the pool, you do it, and you give your whole life to it, and then you realize it's not easy, but it is ultimately very fun.